Too many things have happened in the recent period that suggests to me, and I'm sure to other Nigerians as well, that it really is time for us to talk. And I mean real talk. The last few days have shown just how delicate and fragile our unity as a people are. The fact that we exist as a country of Muslims and Christians and people who are not either. We have many ethnic groups. We have regional issues. We have local issues. On its own is not a problem. But events that have occurred since President Trump's threats and the debates and the arguments that have followed them indicate clearly there are fault lines that we have to revisit. It is not comforting as a country to keep sweeping problems that we have under the table, under the carpet. And when you put this development along with concerns about our political process, the existence of insecurity and the absence of what appears to be a sense of emergency adopted by the leadership to address what is secure, what is security and what needs to be done to improve our security. And finally, the clamor that is coming up, the opportunistic tendencies, the need to restructure the country, to revisit our federal system, to do those things that will improve the unity of this country. When you put all these things together at the same time, and you remember that in the next 1 year, this country will be preparing to elect a new leadership, I think that it is time to have the courage enough to say, we Nigerians need to talk. We need to talk about ourselves, we need to talk about our country, we need to talk about our future, and we need to put those difficult questions on the table and talk about them. Clearly, starting with the recent quarrels and arguments we had and we still have about whether it is the appropriate thing for the U.S. to threaten Nigerians with U.S. sanctions and even threats of military activity, and the very discomforting divisions that have arisen as a result of that suggest to us that religion represents a potent and a very delicate, sensitive fault line that we have to look at very carefully again. We cannot change the fact that we're Muslims and Christians. We cannot change the fact that each faith guards its territory very, very carefully. And we can't fault the argument that there are forces and interests that are interested in deepening this divide because it benefits them. What this does is that it makes all of us victims, Christians, Muslims, and people who are not Christians and Muslims. If the U.S. has succeeded in doing anything, it is just simply to remind us about how fragile our unity is and what it takes to just simply throw us into panic mode and to open up arguments about who we are and who is oppressing who and who is killing who and how many Muslims are dying, how many Christians are dying. The bottom line is all of us are dying, and it doesn't matter who is killing us. What is important is that we want these killings to stop. We need to create some national consensus around this. Blame those who need to be blamed. Blame the killers, whatever they are, whoever they are. And then blame a leadership that has been unable to fix these killings. It is enough. We're tired of fighting. We're tired of running away. And we're tired of quarreling over who's killing who. Every single life is important, and we need to stop it. It is appropriate that Nigerians should show concern over the trend of our political process. We now have one political party that has virtual monopoly over the National Assembly, a huge influence over the electoral process, a huge process over the judicial process, and an opposition that is increasingly weakening itself and it's being weakened by the ruling party. This is not good for our democratic process. Granted, there is no law that says governors and other people should not defect unless somebody goes to court and asks that the judicial process interrogates what gives politicians the confidence to just simply wake up in the morning as PDP or whatever, and then the next, in the evening of the same day, they are now APC. We need to look at that very carefully.